Hey guys, so new news, I am in Balboa. Balboa is actually right next to downtown San Diego, whereas before I lived about 40 miles north. It's just a temporary move. They're just allowing me to stay in their building, which I'm grateful for, because right now I'm having appointments every single day for Ganesha, my stump, named after the god of overcoming obstacles, because though I'm not religious in that aspect, I think overcoming obstacles is very appropriate for everything that my leg's been through. But anyways, yeah, so I live in basically downtown San Diego for the next couple weeks, and I am in the Wounded Warrior down here, which makes it very convenient because the hospital is within, in my case, wheeling distance. So when they assigned me my room, the guy who was assisting me said, "Hey, it's a 1-bedroom room. Are you okay with that?" And I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "You won't have a roommate." I'm like, where would I not be okay with this? I just didn't understand. And then he's telling me that a cleaning lady comes in every morning. I'm like, a cleaning lady? I have to friggin' wheel like 5 minutes to go take out my trash every morning most of the time. So it's convenient. It's kind of like being in a hotel right now, so it's pretty cool. That being said, let's get this room tour started. So when you first walk in, there's this little kitchenette, nice little area. Has a table. Somebody left me Dasani water. Hey, look, a mirror. I like mirrors. But yeah, I'm in a handicap room, so actually, yeah, there's a button over here. So I'm in a handicap room, which makes it very convenient. And then there's actually a separate door to lead into the bedroom. That's all my stuff. I haven't unpacked yet, but has a dresser, has this bed, and so look at this bed. So the remote fell on the floor. It has a remote. It has a remote. It's like being in the hospital, which you know is a good or a bad thing. But pretty cool feature for now. We wheel over here. Got a TV. Look at how big this closet is. We don't even have a closet in Wounded Warrior. And it's so convenient. It's at handicap level. But last but not least, we have the bathroom with sink. Looks like these are medicine cabinets. Yep. So lots of stuff to store stuff. Convenient. And then toilet with the handicap bars. Ooh, something fell. And then it looks like a shower bench. This actually looks like a pretty nice shower bench. Looks like an unstable sturdy. Whatever it is, it's free. The beginning part of this video was a little bit short, so I figured I'd make it kind of a 2-part video. This next section is all going to be about the adaptive sports that I've been doing. I obviously haven't been able to do them lately because of my amputation, but I plan on going back to them as soon as I get approved to train again. All of these sports are adaptive in some nature. Some of them I have the option to sit or stand, but most of them, like wheelchair track, I'm obviously in a wheelchair. I'm going to show you a couple videos and pictures that I've compiled, and kind of explain what's going on in each. So let's go. So I actually did all of these in order of when I learned them as well. So first one is archery. So I do recurve archery. Recurve archery is a little bit more traditional. In this first video, you can see that I am sitting down in it because that is literally like a week after I had my first infection. Honestly, after that first shoot, I ended up getting osteomyelitis, so I was in the hospital again for a very long time. So the first video was pre-osteomyelitis. The second one is during the osteomyelitis because you can see the band on my arm, which means that I was having my PICC line infusions. So, terrible form. This is the first day I ever shot with a sight and stabilizers, and I thought that was really cool. couple are pictures of me at the Marine Corps trials, which is, so in short, the Warrior Games are like the Paralympics, but just for the DoD, the Department of Defense. So each branch has their own trials to determine who wants to be on, or who's eligible to be on the team. I actually did get picked for the Warrior Games team this year to represent Team Marine Corps. However, because my amputation happened so quickly, they took me off the roster to allow me to heal, and if I get approved to train and have enough time to train for games, then I will be going to Tampa Bay, Florida this year. But if not, there'll be plenty more Warrior Games. Hopefully I'll make Invictus Games, which is the same thing, but it's run by Prince Harry. And yeah, so archery. That was the first thing I did. First thing that caught my eye when I went to Wounded Warrior, and I think it's freaking cool. Basketball. So, little background history. I've never played sports. I didn't play sports in school. I didn't have sports in school. So basketball, I understand. It's a basic concept. You get the ball in the hoop. But when you start using words like pick and dive and all this stuff, that I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. I got a little bit frustrated. I have fun when I do it, but actually playing like a game, not my thing. But this first picture is of Coach Joey, who is a phenomenal wheelchair basketball coach. So this first picture is him kind of coaching me, or pretending to for the picture. Look at me. I look like I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. There was actually the first time when I was in Washington, D.C. That's why I'm wearing the boot in that picture. And yeah, so that's wheelchair basketball. Not a big fan of it. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not the biggest fan of it. Next one is wheelchair rugby. I love wheelchair rugby. In true wheelchair rugby, though, you basically have to be a quadriplegic to play. Which, I don't know if you can tell, not a quadriplegic. But for the sake of Wounded Warrior and Marine Corps trials and everything, they allow pretty much anybody to play. But, yeah, I love this game. It's very fast-paced. It's basically, how I explain to people, is wheelchair bumper cars. Because, yeah, you're trying to just hit each other. But look at it. You can tell I love this. I'm always smiling in almost all of my rugby pictures. That was the first time I've played. Look at how happy I look. Yeah, so that's wheelchair rugby. Alright, swimming. So, I never really swam before, and as you can see in this, I still have both my legs. However, because of the nature of my foot and the chronic pain I was in, if you ever watch my foot, I am not paddling my right foot. I let it drag there. You can tell that I only paddle with one leg because, as you see in this video, I am veering to the left, I guess, and that's because I'm only kicking with one leg. That's just freestyle. I never really swam a lot growing up, and so all this swimming and learning to swim has come over the last couple weeks, really. My coach is awesome. His name's Michael. Freaking amazing coach. And he's gotten me from being scared to not plug my nose underwater to being able to swim a 200 meter as a warm-up. So he's got me pretty far, and I'm very appreciative of that. Next, we have wheelchair track. So as you can see in this picture, wheelchair track is the peculiar type of wheelchair. So before I used to keep my feet down, we learned it's easier if you keep your feet up. But anyways, you have two wheels in the back, and they're kind of at an angle, and then one in the front. You have to lean, basically laying on your legs. Otherwise, you're going to tip back or turtle, and though it doesn't hurt because it's kind of in slow motion, it's just kind of a scary feeling. Wheelchair track, you're on a track, and there's a way to align it to make sure that you stay on the track. But as you can see in some of my videos, I was in a new chair that hadn't been aligned yet, and we were just kind of racing. So yeah, so we kind of just let it do its own thing. But I love this. The weirdest thing is you have to kind of tape your hands down so they're like this, and you're pushing with your knuckles. It's a very challenging thing for me, but I think it's a ton of fun. And yeah, look how happy I look. It's a good sport. Next one is Nordic skiing, and I do it seated because I could not bear weight on my foot for very long during these trips. So I went on a lot of adaptive winter sports trips, one in Mammoth, California, and one in Whistler, Canada. And they had a lot of options for me because I could wear my IDEO brace at the time, but after about the first day, I just couldn't handle it anymore. It's the same as normal cross-country skiing, however you're seated, so you have a lot less control. It's a pretty cool thing. You're seated, so yeah, but it's so hard, but it made me so strong because I remember coming back after all these trips and pulling my archery bow, which is 32 pounds, and be like, this is nothing, where I was struggling before. So it definitely uses a lot of muscles. In conjunction with learning to Nordic ski, I learned how to monoski, which is a seated form of downhill skiing. So this first video is me doing it for the very first time. I am very skeptical. Oh, and there I go. I thought it was funny when I fell though. That's on the bunny hill. But within a couple hours, my instructors were so patient with me, and we were going down, like we went up the ski lift to go on these. It was beautiful out there. They have this leash on me just because they didn't teach me how to stop, and we didn't have enough time in this lesson to learn how to stop. But yeah, you basically just turn on by using these paddles on the side, and that's pretty much it. Trying to balance on one ski is very, very difficult. It's a very strange feeling, but you know, whatever, you get used to it. It's really cool. Definitely a big challenge, especially for someone like me who snowboarding's not too much of a challenge at this point. And last but not least, we have sled hockey. Sled hockey is equal to or maybe a little bit better than wheelchair rugby for me. Another sport that is constantly moving. Yeah, it's just kind of a crazy sport. So first I'm going to show you a video of some of these guys who have been doing it a long time. They clearly know what they're doing. Yeah, it's very, very difficult. Just like monoskiing, you have to balance on one point, and that's very difficult to do. Oh, look, this was my first shot. Look at that. I was so excited about that. So the team that I got invited to play on was actually the first girl who taught me how to Nordic ski. Her name's Sarah. Very, very nice lady. She was a captain in the Marine Corps, and I don't really know her whole story, so I'm not going to put it out here, but she's just amazing. She's a very down-to-earth person. She basically leads this team from what I understand. She plays on it, but she's like the point of contact as well. She told me about sled hockey when I was in Mammoth with her, and I played it up in Whistler, and I hit her up, and I'm like, hey, I love this game. She's like, come play with us. I'm like, no, I'm not that good. She's like, no, come play with us. And when I came to play, I've played twice now with them, and they're so, so helpful. Like, they will pass the puck to me to get me to try to shoot, even though I'm freaking falling every 2 seconds. And they'll pretend to defend me, kind of like how you pretend to chase after a little kid. Like, that's honestly what it felt like. But regardless, like, they're very helpful in telling me that, hey, like, you've only been on the ice 3 times. We've been on the ice for 3 years. So they kept telling me I was doing great, so I'm gonna pretend that it's true. But yeah, so those are the adaptive sports that I did and plan to return to. So hopefully one of these days you'll see videos of me doing it as a 1/2 leg person instead of a leg and a bum leg. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this video is not too long now, but honestly I don't care at this point. Bye guys.